It's Monday morning. I'm a landscape artist. I'm going to do a landscape for you here and entertain you for a while. I'm going to start off by putting some undertone on here first. First I want to show somebody in the comments was asking what kind of paint, what kind of liquid text I use. Just the basics acrylic. Liquitex Basics acrylics. You could get away with using those. I mean, what I'm using today is Winsor Newton. That's their lowest level. So is this Winsor Newton. It's Series 1. But the Winsor Newton, it's pretty good for landscape art. The key is to mix, just don't use the color right out of the tube. I always mix something in to the color, because sometimes the color is, you gotta, burnt umber is very translucent. It won't cover. Watch, I'll put a little burnt umber up here and show you what I mean. See? It doesn't go on heavy, so you gotta put another color with it. Mix, this is yellow ochre. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some yellow ochre and burr together. And I'm going to use this as the undertone. I'm going to do the whole canvas with this color. Just grab a filbert brush, this acrylic brush, number 12, and let's just put this color down. This will be my undertone, okay? Now I'll do the landscape on top of this color. This is one of my favorite colors anyway. What this does, it gets rid of the white reflection when your painting's done. It's going to help the painting look, a little better. The light's not going to reflect so much underneath the paint now. So we'll just put a thin layer of this burnt umber and yellow ochre. Golden, it's like a golden brown color. It's pretty nice. The other day I used a light green undertone. It came out pretty good. Alright, there we go. See how that's showing up. There we go, there's my undertone. I'll start with the mountain today. I'm going to make it pretty dark so we can see it really good. Let's do a big mountain, really big. Some big, couple peaks over here. I'm just going to put a small peak here because I think I'm a big tree over here on this side. There we go. Rugged mountains back here. Put another peak in here. So I'm going to put yellow, believe it or not. Let's put some yellow underneath this mountain. It's going to change colors because it's mixing with the yellow ochre underneath. Get a nice glow. Look at that. Look at that color. Wow. I'll put a little white in here now at the distance so it lightens up on the, you know, the far, the distance should be a little lighter. Put a bunch of white back. Just blend it into that. Bring my mountain back down a little bit because I want the mountains to look like they're off into the distance here. There we go. I think I'm going to have some water down here. So I've been making my water, I'm going to make it a bluish gray. I'm mixing a little bit of blue and white, but I'm going to add some black to it. So it kind of looks like a dark, like a grayish color. I would run a river down the middle. Let's do that instead. So I want to turn this green. So how do we do that? A little yellow to it. Just add a little yellow to this blue and we'll get a different greenish color. Bring a river down right through the middle here. So let's do that first. We're going to bring a river from way back here. I'll use a knife to lay it out. And I want to bring it right out the front of the paint. Alright, so this is going to just right down here. I'm basically just getting my layout right, what I'm doing. Alright, that's what I wanted. River coming soon. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Put some color in the sky. I think I'm going to do a bluish sky. A really nice blue sky. So I'm mixing white and blue. We'll just make a nice blue, bright sky today. I think this is Windsor blue. I'll have to check. Look how cool that looks. Look how bright that blue is. Wow. Now I don't want to bring it that blue all the way, so I'm just going to get some titanium white and I'll grab some of the blue above it and bring it down. So it's a little lighter around the mountain. Just titanium white. Pick up some of that blue and bring it down. Might have to get a smaller brush here and get a round brush. This is a quick way to get your landscape going. Ba-da-ba. I already went to work, everybody. I go in at 3 this morning and unload the truck, and we're already done, so that's why I'm painting this. It's only 9:54 here in Seattle. (9:54). It's 10 o'clock. I've got a lot to do today, but I thought I'd get a quick landscape in. These are fun to do. If you know what, let's do, you could take a wet brush and you can get your mountain and blend together at the white like this, and you can get some tonalism going on. It'll soften the top of the mountain a bit. Wet your brush a little and just blend the two colors together where they come together. If you want, or you can leave it sharp. There we go. It's in the color. Very cool. I'm going to use white and put some color on my mountain here. Do 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 do. So I'm going to use this blue up here for my mountains. For the shadow side. It's going to mix in with that black and kind of change colors a little bit. That's all right. I'm using my brush kind of like a knife. All right, it's a fast way to do mountains right there. Looks pretty good. Let's try some more yellow back here, just in the distance here. Let's do some yellow around the, well, if I do yellow up here, it might turn green. So we're going to put pink around the top edge of the mountain, okay? So I'm going to get some red here, Alizarin crimson. Mix a little white. It's too bad, I really wanted some yellow up here, but I don't think I can do it without it turning green. Maybe if I put the white up there first. I'll give it a try. We'll put some white underneath first. Maybe I can put yellow on top of this. Let's see what happens. Even if it turns green, that'll be alright. It's just a painting. We could even use, I could put a bunch of colors in there. I think purple would look good too around the mountain. Alright, I'm gonna dry, we'll let that dry and then I'll come back and put yellow on it. I want some more hills back here, so what I'm going to do is take light and cut a few hills in here. We'll take some blue. Right underneath the white. lost my river, so we're going to put the river back in here. Bring it from here. Okay. We got some crazy people in the chat. Haven't been checking it. Marianne, how you doing? Hey, Leah. Leanne. Grace, how you doing? Monday morning here in Seattle. And believe it or not, I've already went to work. I'm done with work. I'm going to have the yellow up here now. But watch, it might turn green. I'll just try a little bit right here. And let's see what happens. We'll put a little yellow in here, like maybe either the sun's rising. Hopefully it doesn't turn green. As I'll change it to purple. Yeah, it looks like it's going to turn green. You see it up there? We'll see. Doesn't that look cool? Maybe I'll put some pink above it. That's what I'll do. Look at that. Wow. That looks amazing. Very cool. So today, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to surround this whole thing with trees up here. Believe it or not. Krejci's butt. All right, here we go. We're gonna put a bunch of trees up in here. And I'm probably going to make those bright green. Like, we'll make them green leaves. It's looking pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, yeah, it kind of frames it, doesn't it? I didn't want to overdo it. I'm going to leave some spaces in here because you can overdo it. And if you fill in all areas, then it kind of looks funny. So that's all I'm going to do, but I'm going to change the color of this pretty soon. I'm going to let it dry first. Either to green or ochre up there. I'm going to put some bushes down here by the water. I like to cover like the corner. So it looks like it's snaking through. We'll put some bushes here. Do 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 do. Put some trees in here. I'm gonna use, I'll put some bushes here first. And then I'm gonna put a few evergreen trees right here. A nice river coming through here. So I'm going to try my, this is a acrylic fan brush. It's really thin and flimsy, but it's good to make small. If you're going to make a smaller tree, it's kind of perfect for that. I'm using green now. Green and black. And we'll put a few, we'll put an evergreen tree right here. Look at that. Oh, my camera's turning on me. There we go. It's getting there. All this is going to all get highlighted pretty soon. I'm just waiting for it to dry. I always put my bushes and trees in dark and then I'll highlight them. I'm gonna put some trees on this hill here. Some distant trees. Looking good. Let's put some trees out here. It's a flimsy brush. My light's coming from left. Put a shadow there. Doesn't that look cool? Get some like perspective going on now. Artsy Fartsy, thank you. That's a cool name. Artsy Fartsy. I always get the coolest names on my chats. I'll line this side of the river up with some shrubs now. Very small. Today I'm using Winsor Newton. It's not too bad. It's pretty good for it's Series 1. It's like their introductory level, but it's pretty good for landscapes. You gotta mix the colors. Like I'm mixing sap green and black. I mix burnt umber and yellow ochre together. Because if you don't mix the colors, they're very translucent. It won't cover like this. Plus I put here's my underpaint. See this yellow ochre and burnt umber? I started out with this like golden color is underneath the whole painting. It helps. So there's not much. I mean, I can put a reflection in here, but I don't know if that's going to help much. It's just a small river. So I'm just going to line the watch. I'm going to line the river now with white. It's going to really look good. Now when you do this, keep your knife straight when you put this white. Keep your knife straight and follow the water. If you have to move your knife up, just move it up a little. Then you can put more down here. It'll make it look like the water's flowing. Now, edge here, you could either just take a liner brush if you're not good with the knife, or you could do it with the small part of the knife here. I'll show you how to do it with the, you just get a little white. You just need a little white on the edge. Now, you still got to keep your knife straight, and you're due all the way down on the edge. Keep your knife straight. See how I edged it with water? Even up here you got to do it as well. It really helps the painting out. Cool. Let me give you a straight shot on this real quick. You'll see how cool the river looks now. Looks like it's flowing. It's coming from all the way back there. Hold on, everybody. I got to open the window in my room real quick. Give me a second. It's getting hot in here. Oops. I hope, make sure I didn't pull the sound out of the... All right, let's do the trees now. I'm going to turn them green, I think. Not a bright green like this kind of green back here. Just like a it's going to be green, but it's going to be with some white in it, so it looks kind of pastel looking. This is actually hooker green. Put a little yellow in it. All right, here we go. It's just like a light green. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'm thinking maybe I'll make this side light and this side a little darker. So what I'm going to do is add a little brown to the green. Just a little. Just to give it a different color. It's probably going to look about the same, but yeah, no, it looks a little different, see? There we go. Cool. So I'm going to darken that green up a little now and highlight my evergreen tree. We'll make this green as well. I'm going to do this in yellow ochre. Yellow ochre with a little burnt umber in it. Just a bit. I think I'm going to keep this tree kind of dark. I kind of like it dark. I'll just put a few highlights in it. Little bit of burnt sienna. Wow, it's really taking a turn now, huh? I'll put a little burnt sienna here. Wow, it's looking good. Well, I didn't want to put that much white, but maybe it'll look like there's flowers growing on some of these. It's looking really good. Highlighting, it takes some practice. You just got to know which bush is like in the front, and you got to do one little bush at a time. I think I'm going to use a light green now here, a little lighter. Some different colors going in here. I got too much paint on there. Do 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 do. It's looking pretty good. Whew. Gotta shut the heat off in here. It's getting hot, man. Let me see if we still got people in here. Seamus, hey, did you see the paint? These kind of paintings I can do in about an hour. Whoever was asking that. Seamus, here's the Liquitex that I use, if you're still on. It's just basics acrylic. And these work good for landscapes if you're going to do landscapes. I'll do one later on. In about an hour, I'll do another landscape with Liquitex, but this one I'm using Winsor & Newton. But the Liquitex, it comes out looking the same way. I'll even show you how I mix the colors when I do the Liquitex paint. Because that's the key, you got to mix the colors with another color. If you use it right out of the tube, it's not going to look good. Put some clouds up here. simple clouds. Those are easy clouds. Trying to fix the top of my clouds because that fan brush was really rough on top. There we go. Got some shadows underneath. It's looking pretty good for 57 minutes. I like the water came out. Yeah, so yeah, when I'll do a live in about another hour. I got to go run a few chores, and then when I get back, I'll do a landscape with Liquitex for you, and then I'll hold the palette while I'm mixing the paint and grabbing it, so you can see how I mix it and stuff. This is this was about pretty much almost done. I like putting these twigs over the water here. It looks cool. I like the contrast of like these over the water. It makes it look cool. These twigs, you gotta really wiggle them, because if you just go straight up if you want like this, but that's what I used to do. I used to just do this, but I mean that gets boring. Well, like if you just pull them straight up, they look better if you wiggle them a bit like this. All right, let's put some birds up there. Put it right near the mountaintop here, but they're closer in. We'll put some birds way off in the distance here, if I can make a small one. Let's put one down low, like he's coming down to the river here, maybe an eagle. All right, and put some little birds around here. This came out pretty good. All right, we got some branches up there. I think that's about all I'm going to do on this one, guys. I got to go run and do a few errands, and right on. Thanks for watching, Grace. That was cool. That was a fun one. Willow Lamb, thank you. Glad you got to catch me. YouTube hasn't been, I guess they haven't been sending my videos out to a lot of people. I wish they would send it out to more, but I love having just the few that come in. You guys are great, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really like this one. Like you said, it frames it in with trees around there. And I was wanting to do the river that came from way back there all the way to the front. It kind of brings the viewer's eye in here. Then you take them all the way up to the mountain. Still not done. I'll probably lighten up the peaks a little more with white because it kind of soaked in. You see how the paint soaks in? So I'll just brighten up these spots on the top with white. And then I gotta put some highlights on these bushes still. Put some sunlight out here on this grass. But I like it. Willow, thank you. Grace, Seamus, if you're around in an hour, come back and check it out. This one took about an hour, so these landscapes, I can get them done in an hour. And then this one should sell. I take them to the market here in Seattle on the weekends. The landscapes usually sell pretty good. So I'll see you guys in about an hour. If you're around, come back and check it out. Yeah, I'll finish this off and then post it on my community page on my channel. You got to go to the channel, hit community, and you'll see all the ones that I finished down there. All right.